Yay!
Thank you, everyone. Welcome to another News and Updates. For over 4 years, we've been bringing you the news from in and around the AltSpace VR community, world building news and tips, event news, Discord tips, and information you need to know about the hardware, software, apps, and industry that supports our corner of the metaverse.
We have been together through all of this, haven't we? Wow. From the
Yep.
earliest days as an extraordinary avatar. You know, we used to have really cool avatars, to the dumbed down robots and stick figured cartoon characters to, I don't even know what these things are. What are these things? These legless things we have here. I don't know what they are. I don't even know how to describe them. At least I'm not cut off at the waist. I'm cut off at the thighs. It's a bizarre thing. Okay. So
Funny how
I
life
hate
tricks you though. You stop looking at to see that people don't have legs, and it almost looks
you
like
do,
they
except
have
when you're a
arms and
floating
legs.
head. Yeah, but when you're a floating head or you're a floating from the waist up,
Uh-huh.
it's that bugs me. The thighs I can understand, but I got used to that, but I still floating heads make me crazy. In some platforms, the floating heads.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm being a little editorial here, but anyway, so we have been together through building worlds with Unity and Shane's editor to the AltSpace VR world editor, allowing drag and drop world building to full blown URP and linear color space Unity world building, where we can literally create our fantasies and make them come alive.
Awesome. And many of us went through the buyout by Microsoft, the great remodel of 2019, the pandemic, and the ERP update, along with other challenges. And we're still here. The rest of the world is discovering the metaverse, but we're it, guys. We are living it.
And we're still here. Okay. Sorry, the song's gonna be going through my head now. And I'm here. Okay. I've been through. No, all right. Many of I mean,
Don't start
honestly,
singing,
seriously,
Morel.
I know I'm gonna start singing. All right, but we do all of this out of love for our community. We don't work for AltSpace VR. We don't work for Microsoft. We volunteer to gather the news and present it to you each week, and we live stream on YouTube and Twitch to help you know what's going on and how it will impact your lives.
And we don't ever, ever, ever want to forget Mark, because this show is produced by our beloved producer, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
He saw a need in this community for all of us to come together and to know the truth, not the rumors, in our AltSpace VR community. He created the News and Update show to bring us the best of what the AltSpace VR community is all about. And if it weren't for Mark, we would not be here. We're here because of you, Mark. Thank you so much and also to our volunteers who help us keep our show running. Thank you for being here every week. If any of you want to join our team, we'd love it. Talk to us after the show or join us on our News and Updates Discord, where we bring you the news between the shows all week long. So let's get this party started.
Yay! All right.
Yay!
The Act Now Live VR experience, in support of the United Nations campaign for individual action on climate change and sustainability, is an 8-part series of events once a month. Last week's event on Monday brought in thousands of new users. Boy, it was tough, man. There was a flood of people coming in from around the world, and we expect this event to keep growing as it celebrates a different UN International Day each month with special guests, performances, and so much more. So don't miss these amazing monthly events and say hi to the newcomers.
An update was released last week for the AltSpace VR client, bringing the version up to 4.3.11. The update includes access for Mac users in 2D to the holoportation events. If you haven't updated, please do.
Y'all love the Rocket Party? Anybody remember the Rocket Party? They haven't had an event since December, but I think it is more than time enough for them to come together again. If you missed
if you missed one of the most popular events in AltSpace VR, let Stephen know in the Rocket Party channel in the AltSpace VR Discord. The launch and deployment of the James Webb
You
Telescope.
go for it.
Okay, sorry. Okay, would have been ideal.
No,
So make
go on.
sure.
I'm so pissed about my internet.
So make sure you space fans let them know you want more Rocket Party. There has been a rash of
ma'am.
articles, mostly focused on Facebook's Meta Horizon platform, about all the pedophiles and sex offenders, not to mention trolls, racists, and the other joys of our world thriving and finding a home. First of all, this is not true. Wherever more than 20 people gather, it is likely one of them may match the above categories. Evil is not limited to the metaverse.
Absolutely. While it's exciting to finally have people acknowledge this issue and talk about it, remember, use your tools. If someone is harassing or abusing you in any way, block and report them immediately. Seriously, don't let friendship or uncertainty get in your way. Use your tools to protect yourself and others. If someone is bullying you or your friends, tell them to use their tools as well, and you use them, please. Staying friends with someone to track them or escalating things by doing mean things to them as revenge will only get you in trouble. Use your tools. Play nice.
Another announcement went out on social media to encourage AltSpace VR members to switch to the Microsoft account called the MSA. It's an old video, and the announcement to encourage people to switch to Microsoft accounts happened well over a year ago. It doesn't seem possible, as we reported here. Microsoft accounts allow access to mixed reality, mesh, and holoportation events, and hopefully some more Microsoft tools like PowerPoint, whiteboards, and more.
Oh, can't wait. All right. We have been, excuse me, we have been talking about updates in virtual reality hardware, headsets, controllers since our very first show over 4 years ago. But we haven't dedicated a section of the show exclusively to updating you on the news you need to know. So here we have it, some VR hardware news.
Laurel, are you here?
Yeah, did you hear me?
No.
Did I look?
Okay, so
Okay.
you're on Facebook. Meta has updated.
That's you.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Color didn't change. Okay.
Between
Okay,
my
sorry
bad
about
internet and our broken brains, here you go.
It's black, not red. Okay. Facebook Meta has updated the blurry Oculus Quest 2 update issue that happened with the January 19th update. It caused visual glitches for many, and an update began rolling out this week to fix the chromatic aberration issues. If you haven't updated, check immediately.
Sorry, I'm having a little bit of internet issues. Keep going.
Okay. Oh boy. Facebook Meta has changed the name of Oculus Quest to MetaQuest, and the fans and users are not happy, including me. According to multiple reports, everyone hates the name. The strong attachment and support of the Oculus brand, which many embraced with the launch of the Oculus Gear in 2015 and continued with the Rift, Go, and now Quest. They are not happy about seeing the name go. Are you?
Not happy. Not happy at all. How about y'all? Not happy. Yeah, indeed.
Not happy.
Not happy. This sucks. All right. Anyway, we are hearing from many people in 2D or those using a Quest 1 debating if they should switch to the Quest 2 or wait for the rumored Quest 3. Well, we'd like to repeat that all evidence out there shows that any rumor of a Quest 3 headset to follow up the consumer version is likely to not happen until 2023 or maybe 2024. Cambria is nearly $1,000 enterprise headset that Facebook Meta is working on. So if you're waiting for the Quest 3, consider not waiting or buying, get a Quest 2 or get an HP Reverb G2, Valve Index, or one of the other awesome headsets that's out there. It's going to be a long wait for the 3, if it ever happens.
You want to do the next one and then I'll catch up, Laurel?
Okay.
I have it up on my computer now, so it's displaying properly.
All right. All right. The PSVR 2 for PlayStation is reported to have the most pixel dense display of any modern VR headset. Sony says that they are achieving the 193 DPI per eye with a combination of thinner, fine metal mask and RGB stripe direct view OLED displays to support, are you ready for this? I feel like I need a drum roll for it, a 2000 by 2040 per eye resolution. That's
Wow.
amazing.
That is
That's
amazing.
amazing.
That's, we get used to what we have right now with the Quest 2, so I can only imagine what that would be like. So
Well,
to
we're going to
help
show
you,
you.
yep. So to help you understand, and me, what that means, here's an example magnified comparing the Quest 1 to Quest 2 from the Android Central website. Imagine the PSVR 2 to have even better resolution. This should help with what's called the screen door effect and nausea issues. And okay, to be honest, it will just seriously pump up the visual volume. It is expected to launch later in 2022, but it could be pushed to 2023 due to supply chain issues.
We're hearing about so much hardware that is really, really, as she said, pumping up the visual volume that is coming. So get ready for a much better visual experience. I cannot wait. And I can't wait for Unity and whatnot to catch up with it as well. Have you
Yes.
ever wanted to show off AltSpace VR and your worlds and your events to others without a headset? Do you know that you can cast your Oculus headset to a TV with a Chromecast or Bluetooth enabled functionality fairly easy? Just press the Oculus flat button on the right hand controller to bring up the home menu, then point and click the share button, and then cast. Select the TV, confirm it, and it should show what's on your headset on the TV. Do you know that if you are in a what's called a child account, it doesn't mean you're a child, it just means you have a parent account and then you have sub accounts underneath? It doesn't work. But if you are the owner of the headset, you can cast it out, and then you just enter into AltSpace and start showing off. How many of you have done that? How many of you got put your headset on television and shown off to others? Nice.
My cousin was out
Nice.
here.
Oh, isn't it
about a-
fun? It's so wonderful. Now, we remember, stay muted in AltSpace to prevent those echoes and the background noises. Stay muted in AltSpace. That's a trick. I had a friend who did it, and they muted themselves on the television. And they thought that helped. We could hear everything. They were having a party with a whole bunch of people. We could hear everything in AltSpace. And I said, no, mute AltSpace. Don't mute us here. Your TV or your headset. Mute AltSpace. And they go, oh, why? We want to hear AltSpace. I say, yes, but we don't want to hear you. So mute your microphone.
Yeah, my cousin was out here about a month ago, and she had her nephew was visiting California, and his friend, and they both had the headsets on, and we cast it to the TV, and I was literally watching him. Then I was literally rolling on the floor. It was just
Oh yeah, it's
unbelievable.
wonderful. I love it. I love it.
While not a VR headset, we wanted to report on a new wearable helmet-shaped device that can monitor brain activity in a non-invasive way for research as well as for medical purposes. It uses laser pulses that go through the skin and skull to monitor blood and brain patterns. With the increase in physical tracking in VR headsets, such as pulse, respiration, and facial expressions, who knows where this technology could take us?
It could be coming to a headset near you. In a decade, probably, but I think it's
Yeah.
fascinating for research,
never
for VR
know.
research. Well, with
Yes.
VR research, I think it's absolutely fascinating what's available even now with the pulse tracking and facial expressions and the rest of the stuff. It's so wonderful for medical and science research. So who knows?
That's true.
Yeah.
So let's explore some news from around the metaverse now. News that you need to know as it impacts many of us.
A film about our lives and our relationships in VR is out, and it's called We Met in Virtual Reality. It's a look at the social aspects of the metaverse. It's filmed in VR chat. This year's Sundance Film Festival entry isn't about the corporate takeover of the metaverse, which everybody's talking about. It's about how we, as pioneers and founders, have pushed the social VR community to become what it is, and that's it. It's not about the psychology, the philosophies, or the challenges of cyberbullying or any of that other stuff. Not selling NFTs. It's not about any of that. Its goal was to showcase the reality of our social virtual reality.
So the film highlights Jenny, an American Sign Language teacher working to create a social space for the hearing impaired in VR. It explores relationships of non-binary, LGBTQ+, and regular people craving the need for creative expression and socialization that goes beyond the limits of their real-world experiences. The filmmaker, Joe Hunting, wanted to show that this is a culture worth preserving, and we celebrate that.
Isn't that exciting? So check it out. It'll probably be coming to a VR headset near you soon, I hope. Has to go through all of the festivals. All right. Facebook Meta announced this week that they've created a powerful AI supercomputer to support the metaverse. The AI Research Supercluster, that's just a name that just begs to be abused, doesn't it? Okay, it's already active and expected to be complete later this year. It is. It's like, who names this stuff? Okay. I'm asking for it. All right. They, they believe it will be the fastest computer in the world. Now my mind, I can tell, Karen, you're now thinking about all the possible variations of the names.
Now.
I know it. You're thinking it and you're contaminating, you're contagious here. Okay, so it is expected to be the fastest computer in the world. And it will feature artificial intelligence models that can learn from, dig this, trillions of examples and work across hundreds of different languages simultaneously. We hope the computer will lay the groundwork to support the metaverse and replace the internet as we know it today. That's what they hope. Sorry, they hope it. We don't. We still want our independence, but it's Facebook is trying to take over the world, and who knows what they're going to do with the super cluster.
Yeah, I mean, for the future development of VR and AI and all of that, it's really awesome because it steps up the competition. So it's
Absolutely.
kind of a two-sided coin. But I remember reading a couple years ago about the fastest supercomputer. I don't remember where it was
Oh,
located, but
it was.
I don't know.
I
It's
think it
just
was in not China, but somewhere near there. They had.
yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Well, and all these technologies now are coming together. They're merging together, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
just going to create more development and faster development, I hope.
And I want to be in
Anyway,
charge of naming things. That is a bad name.
all right, watch your mind there, Laurel.
Okay.
Okay. So a survey ahead of the Game Developers Conference found that developers are not really very interested in NFTs, the non-fungible tokens represented by virtual art elements, nor were they very interested in cryptocurrency as a payment tool. Interesting. We were
Mhm.
fascinated by the news, as most would expect that game developers would be thriving in the NFT and cryptocurrency economy. Guess not. The survey includes comments like these are pyramids, includes comments like they're pyramid schemes, they're driving a wedge into the industry, they offer no benefit, they only get fueled by greed. Wow. Anyone here feel the same way?
That was pretty stunning to come from game developers. That was news.
The whole cryptocurrency field, they're kind of when you use metaverse, when you hear the term metaverse and you talk to somebody that's in cryptocurrency, they think that the whole crypto thing is the metaverse, whereas
Yeah.
well, at least me anyway, we think of the metaverse as VR, AR, XR, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about that later. That's a big question. We're going to be talking about that definitely later on. All right. Now, speaking of which, Facebook has said that their cryptocurrency project is likely coming to an end. Libra was announced about a year ago, and it has failed in so many different ways. The U.S. Federal Reserve this week dealt what is believed to be a final blow by putting pressure on the banking partner, as it has not been fully compliant. We'll keep you up to date on the news, but for now, it looks like bye-bye Libra cryptocurrency.
Hmm. So how many of you are Minecraft fans? We love our sister company, and it's great for introducing younger people to VR and world building. This week, a Microsoft Minecraft
me. Wasn't me.
You
Woo!
got stuff in my head now, Aaron.
Oh, be careful.
Okay, a Microsoft Minecraft DDoS
Thank you.
distributed denial of service attack
Blooper reel.
left the entire country of Andorra between Spain and France without internet. It happened during the multi-day Twitch gaming tournament in Minecraft.
Say it right.
It was clear it was targeted. I got to get control of myself here.
You better. You better. This, we gonna get in some trouble here by a little Freudian or not slip. Okay. Okay. So no more talking craft. Okay. All right. The Squidcraft games were highly anticipated and designed because this is actually a really serious topic here. Okay. So it was actually designed to emulate the popular Squid Game that's in Minecraft that's on Netflix. Now, many of the players lived in Andorra. That's a little country between, Frain and France. Oh my God, it's contagious. This is so blooper reel. Spain and France. I've been there. I skied there. I hung out in the caldera and the hot springs there for too long until I became a giant raisin. I love Andorra. Andorra's one of my favorite countries in the world. I can't believe I said that. All right. Andorra between Spain and France. Anyway, the distributed denial of service, the DDoS. This is pretty serious. I'm sorry, we're messing up our words here. Anyway, it shut down the entire internet for the whole country of Andorra from this hack or from this attack, and it eliminated all the players in Andorra from the competition. There were quite a few of them, like 150 players from Andorra. That is just absolutely horrifying. And be aware that these attacks, I mean, now let's be really serious here. These attacks are on the rise. Microsoft has done what they can, but here it is. Microsoft, Minecraft, they got hit by this DDoS attack. So if one of the biggest companies in the world can be hit by this, so can Altspace. And so please, there's not much you can do as an individual. Do what you can by using firewalls and security protections, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, malware, et cetera. But, it's heartbreaking when these attacks come through and they affect our other, the others that play in the same kind of world we do. So sad news.
Yeah, along some more kind of depressing news. New data released this week on the COVID Omicron wave came with news that the other two variants of Omicron have now spread. And the Omicron 2 variant is devastating people in Scandinavia, Africa, Europe, and around the world. Some reports say it could become the new dominant variation and is more contagious than Omicron variant 1. Omicron 1 is responsible for an average of 2,000 deaths each day, helped by the vast number of vaccinated people not having as many life-threatening symptoms.
Now that's 2,000 deaths a day just in the United States. That does not count the world. The numbers are 10 to 50 times higher every single day. People are dying from the Omicron variant. So this is really, really, really scary. And we know of several Altspace VR community members who are now in the hospital. We are monitoring the news. So please be careful out there because we don't want you in the hospital. And please send your good thoughts to all impacted by this terrible, terrible, terrible pandemic. And please keep being safe. Don't let your guard down. I know we're exhausted. It's been 2 freaking years. It doesn't matter, people. We got to keep going because this is just devastating lives. We've lost friends here and also in the real world and family. Keep being safe, our friends.
Absolutely. As usual, we bring you the news from around the Altspace VR community, good and bad, every week and in between. The news you need to know to enjoy this beautiful metaverse that already exists and that we're a part of. Join us on our News and Updates Discord for updates and related news you can use to ensure you keep updated on what's going on within our very own Altspace VR meta galaxy within the larger and ever-growing metaverse.
Yay. Now it's time for
on
world building news.
Yes, yay, world building news. So Unity has been busy the past couple of years improving and buying up companies and tools to expand their features. This past week, Unity announced that they've acquired Ziva Dynamics, a real-time character creation tool with sophisticated simulation, deformation, and machine learning tools. While not likely ready for any AltSpace VR virtual world, these new acquisitions are expanding the power and capabilities of creating so much with Unity, and it will trickle down to our virtual world building, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Now, there are still issues with the Unity uploader from AltSpace VR and the newest version. So if you are having trouble uploading your kits and templates to AltSpace VR, consider rolling back to uploader version 2.2.19. Always check the AltSpace VR Discord, the building channel, the world building channels for updates and the latest information. That is where all of it sits, is right in that whole category of channels.
So our friend Dargan is working on more amazing MREs, and he's going to be doing some more workshops soon. Stay tuned, and we'll report on them as soon as we have updates on them.
Get ready. The Educators in VR World Builders team hosted the first social this week, bringing together world builders from across AltSpace VR to connect and network. I cannot tell you what an amazing event that was. It was packed, and it was so thrilling to hear so much excitement and fascination with world building, as well as talking to world builders who are pushing the limits here in AltSpace VR. I just loved it. It was so much fun just listening, even just listening in. There will be another one coming up next month. So check the calendar and get ready and show up and join us.
This Wednesday is another amazing set of worlds for the World Tours event, exploring the magic of virtual world building in AltSpace. Come join us, and if you want to submit your world for consideration for the tour, let us know in our Educators in VR Discord or News and Updates Discord.
Yay. Now we need to say hello to all the people in room 2. Send up some hearts and applause to let them know that they are not alone. Yay, we love everybody in room 2. Hello, hello, hello. Yay. All right. Discord tips, our tip of the week. Discord is our back channel communications tool. It's used by AltSpace VR and events and groups all across the AltSpace VR community. And our Discord tip this week is especially for those who live and breathe Discord.
Discord offers a developer mode in the Settings, Appearance, Advanced Settings option. By turning it on, it adds more context menu options to help you become more efficient at your Discording.
It's a verb. You Discord,
now.
we Discord. We're all Discording. I love it. Do you Discording? No, that doesn't work, does it? No, all right, shut up. Okay. I said I want to be in charge and made me think that I can't even get the verb right. Okay. While it's designed for developers to program bots and add functionality to Discord servers, even the common folks can enjoy some of the features. One of the development menu features we love is found on your computer when you right-click on a message and you can choose copy message link. I use this almost every day. It makes it so easy to reference a post by linking to it. Somebody says, I don't know how to do things. Where do I get the information? And I just find that Discord post through the search. I grab the link to it and I go, it's here. Search right there. That's wonderful.
Indeed, Laurel. So to enable developers mode on your phone or tablet, go to your user settings, behavior, and enable developer settings there. There's more than that this feature will do, and we want to hear your Discord tips and experiences using it after the show.
Educators in VR will be offering an introduction to Discord workshop in February, along with paid workshops to learn more about how Discord works, how to set it up, and how to manage a server for your friends, your family, AltSpace VR events, groups, whatever it is. So stay tuned for more news on that.
And before we get into AltSpace events, I just want to say that Laurel did a training for us and educators in VR last week on Discord. And I've been using it for over 2 years, and I learned some new stuff. Well, Laurel presents things beautifully, but
Well, thank you.
because it could be a dry and boring subject, but it was interactive. We got to play around. It was a wonderful training. So I urge everybody to come, because even if you think you know everything about Discord, believe me, you don't. There's always something new, right, Laurel?
Oh yeah, well, I'm learning stuff every day about how Discord works. It is much more powerful than what you think it is. So I love it.
Definitely. So
All
on
right.
to some AltSpace events. So Big Rock Creative, also known as BRCVR, is producing a new global film festival on February 5th in AltSpace. The Burning Man themed documentaries will be featured along with other independent films. The event's free and will feature after-party mixers with live world-class DJs. The films will be presented in immersive virtual worlds designed to bring the audience into the film. Don't miss this amazing film festival right here in AltSpace VR.
Yay. How many of you went to the Renaissance Festival, the fair, today? Have you been to it already? There's more events coming up. Oh, no, I see a little applause. I see some sad faces. All right. The Renaissance Fair is here this weekend in AltSpace VR, a recreation of the Castle River Run Part Dux. There'll be tarot card readings, jousting, storytellings, armor museum tours, and so much more. You can slay the dragon and find the dungeon. Now, I want to tell you that years and years ago, I was driving in a small town in the Pacific Northwest, and I saw a princess in full gear with a pointed hat and everything walking down the street, and I thought, oh, somebody must be having a birthday party. I didn't think anything of it. And then I drive a little further, and there's a guy in a full armor with a sword, the whole business. I thought, what the hell kind of birthday party is this? And then I went a little further, and there was like a magician and a wizard and all these things. And as I got closer, I realized the local university was hosting a huge Renaissance fair. It was awesome. So, but not the thing you expect to see as you're driving down nowhere, small town USA.
Wow.
Princess in armor. So I'm a huge, once I was introduced to it, I'm now a huge fan of the Renaissance Fair. So do check that out today. It's produced by the Pagans in VR, and it'll be a fun event you don't want to miss. There's a few more events that are left. So check out all the great events today if you haven't already.
On Monday, That Outrageous Anime Talk Show is back with a new season to discuss the latest in anime adventures, fun, and more. Join Shoyo and Walla as they discuss anime with the audience.
Yeah, all anime fans out there. Yeah. Tuesday, Educators in VR popular event moderation training is on to help all event hosts and moderators learn how to effectively crowd control and make events a success, and in AltSpace VR as well as beyond. Come join us. This packs out with so many people want to learn how, so make sure you get there early so there's room.
February
It's free and open to the public. Yep.
February is Black History Month, and we're off to a great start of one of the many events throughout the month to honor the history and challenges we still face in this highly polarized world. Simon is hosting Black History Volume 1, The Edmondson Sisters, on Tuesday to discuss the plan to liberate enslaved persons from the nation's capital in the 1800s.
Now, I researched this. It was just fascinating. The Edmondson sisters, age 13 and 15. They are daughters of a free Black man and enslaved woman. They joined a large group of 77 enslaved people to escape on the schooner Pearl that was docked in Washington, D.C. at the port. While it was just a modest escape, it led, because only 7 managed to escape at that time, but it led to a bigger demonstration and rebellion that fueled the demand for civil rights and freedom for the slaves. I mean, imagine 13-year-old and a 15-year-old girls. Awesome. So join the event to check that out this week to learn more about their history and their legacy.
Simulation Nation is on Tuesday of this week, and it highlights the movie Surrogates with Bruce Willis. The movie is set in a futuristic world where people live in isolation and interact through robot surrogates due to a massive pandemic. The cop, played by Willis, is forced to leave his home for the first time in years to investigate the murder of others' surrogates. It should prove to be a fascinating discussion on Tuesday.
Yay. Simulation Nation has two events this week. The second one's on Saturday of next week and features Swiss Crypto Cat to talk about all things crypto, including the Allspace VR crypto events and the Bitcoin Cyber City.
Interesting. Something called, or an event called Group, is a fairly new meetup in Altspace VR for open discussions of feelings and the challenges of life. It occurs on Wednesdays at 2 different time zones. This is an unofficial support group to help individuals develop communication and socialization skills and to learn to listen and connect with each other.
And Safe Space Survivors Support. Oh, that's a tongue twister.
I'm glad you
Safe
got it and
Space
not me.
Survivors. I know. Safe Space Survivor Support and Stories with Babs honors a former member of Altspace VR who died last month. The event supports those who have survived and continue to flourish in spite of the obstacles that life throws our way. It's not a formal support group, but this is a great discussion event to share and support each other. So check it out on Wednesday. I love these kinds of events. They are wonderful.
Bratwurst Meets the World is back with a Mayan mystery part. Watch it, Laurel. For Bratwursts to travel through time and space to explore in English and German this incredible Mayan adventure world. Check it out on Thursday.
And forget, every Friday is Late Night Barbecue, a social that's been in Altspace VR since at least 2018, if not longer. It's a great opportunity to meet new people and hang out with old friends. So check it out on Thursday.
Wow. These are just a few of the highlights of the events this week. There's so many, we can barely keep up with them. So check out the channels to find the events to tickle your fancy and amuse your spirit.
And if you don't see something that interests you, you know how this goes. You start your own event. You let us know about it by posting it in the news and updates Discord. And we want to help you celebrate you bringing your passions here to Altspace VR. So come check it out.
We do our best to bring you the highlights from this ever-growing community, and we're so glad you're here to share it with us.
All right. Are we ready, Mark?
Drum roll. Yay.
Yay! Since the great Facebook meta announcement, everyone has been trying to define the metaverse, to put it in a box. Okay, the film we met in virtual reality tells the stories of relationships formed in VR that crosses geographic and society boundaries. Something really hard to do in the real world, right? Oh, Karen?
Yes. Laurel, do you want to just kind of throw all 3 out and let people
Nope,
decide
nope,
what they
nope.
which one do you want to go with?
It's already
Any
up
of them?
there. No,
Oh.
aren't you
wait a
seeing it
minute.
in the
Okay.
script? I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay. All right, got it. Okay. All right. So there we go. No, actually, I didn't. Okay.
Oh, I'm
need to
sorry.
refresh. Okay.
Okay.
How do you define virtual reality experiences versus real life experiences? I
So
want to hear from a lot of you. We want to hear
yeah,
from you on this because this is
and
really
it is very
what
important. We want to have people define what that difference is between virtual reality experiences and real life experiences. Are they different or are they the same? How's your relationships really different in VR over real life? So come on and share with us some of your stories, your relationship stories with friends and family, and I mean, Karen's got family here in VR. I don't know. I love it.
yes,
How
my
do you
brother's
have
here.
family?
I know
Yeah.
it's so cool. He's right in the back, all dressed in blue. My blue
Yay!
brother.
We love
Oh,
Rich. It's beautiful.
all right, my friend Lance, you're up. You're megaphoned and ready to go.
All right. So my experiences between like virtual reality and real life is, I have agoraphobia. I freak out when I simply go outside. Even going to the store,
Oh, Lance froze. Shoot.
I bet his battery went dead. But anyway, what
Oh.
he's saying is that he really has the trouble when he goes out into the real world. So while he has a big family and a lot of close relationships, his best relationships are often found right here in VR because it allows him to connect from a safe space, in a safe space. That's pretty darn cool.
That's very cool. And I'm going to leave a megaphone for when he comes back because I know he'll be back. Matthew, Stands with Trees, you're up, my friend.
Hey, very good. Well, okay, first off, I really don't think a lot of my experiences between the two are different at all. Um, although, I mean, there are, I guess, some minor ones. I can't, one of the things I found here in VR is I can't really, um, project myself or really represent myself the way I really am in the real world. For example, I'm in a wheelchair and I cannot sort of portray that here in this yet. I'm waiting for the day when I can do that, but I can't really. So I guess one of the differences for me is that I can't really represent who I really am here in VR yet. Um, and but other than that, there's really not a heck of a lot of difference between the two.
Cool.
Well,
Love it.
Matthew, we know who you are and we love you because your essence comes through here in VR, wheelchair or not.
Absolutely. You could be a frog, you could be an airplane with legs, you could be whatever, and we would still know who you are and appreciate who you are, and no matter what your avatar looks like. So I think that's
Absolutely.
a big difference because in the real world, people, I hate saying this, but they judge us by our skin. You
Mhm.
know, whatever shape that skin is in, they judge by surface, and so you're the world wheel. I'm not saying you, but like you're the wheelchair person, you're the one-handed person, you're the green person, whatever it happens to be. And here you could be a green person and you're still okay.
Very
We just
true.
don't, yeah, you know.
So Lance is back, and Leslie, you're going to be up after Lance. But since he was up first and crashed, we're going to give him megaphone right now. So go ahead, Lance.
I didn't crash. My headset died on me.
Oh, that's
It's
what
on
Yeah.
a
Lorel
blanket. I'm like,
said.
oh no, my headset's about to. Well, I
There
shall
you
saw.
go.
All right. Well, the point I'm trying to get to is, I have agoraphobia. I simply freak out simply going outside. You know, it's hard. It's really hard for me. And here in outspace, I'm doing what I would never do in the real world. Talk to people, hang out, actually force myself to talk like I am right now some of the times and stuff. Usually in the real world, I'm quiet. I'm sitting in the corner and not doing that. So it's helping me, fight through that a bit. I still get panic attacks when I'm having to talk to someone that I don't know sometimes, but I work through it, and I'm hoping when it here will eventually let me do that in the real world, so I can actually go out and I have fun without a lot of thoughts going to my head, panic attack. Then I just stay in my room, come back on the VR.
So you're using it also as therapy, right?
A little bit,
Basically.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
Well,
just I
I
don't really have to leave the house.
want to kind of add to that. So we have a group of close friends that we hang out with, and Lance has risen to just organically to become the leader of the group. He's just risen to that level, and he guides us and leads us, and it's really a beautiful thing. We love it.
And well, not only that, but he's the director of logistics for educators in VR.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty cool. I'm very proud of him. Good job,
Okay,
Lance. Thanks.
Matthew, you're up again.
Oh, you're gonna have Leslie and then Matthew, or did Leslie?
Well, no, Leslie
Okay, I don't know.
changed her mind. So,
Okay, great.
but Leslie, I still like for you to raise your hand, but it's up to you. Go ahead, Matthew. You're up.
Stands with trees.
Let me take you off megaphone. Okay, and give it to you again. Okay.
Okay, there we
There
go.
you
Now
go.
we got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't mean to monopolize, but there is one more thing I wanted to mention between the differences between VR and the real world. I so wish, and I hope everybody, you can throw up some hearts if you agree with me or something, but I really wish that we had a mute and a block button in the real world. Come on. How many people think
Amen.
we need a mute and a block button in the real world?
Amen.
Good point.
Yeah,
Matthew.
hallelujah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes, indeed. That's a huge difference. Oh my God, would I want
Oh,
just going to a movie theater? I want a personal space bubble to get because it never fails. You get to that right. When
Yep.
we used to go to movies, and you get all comfortable. You're all set. You got all your little goodies and stuff, and you're ready for the movie. And some big head sits in front of you. Man, I want a personal space bubble.
Okay, Leslie, you are up.
Thanks, Hansadries.
The difference between the real world and this world is I feel more comfortable in this world. I feel like I could be myself. And I don't know. I feel like I have friends that I'm close to that I can actually come to if I have a problem, which would be Lance, Karen, and a few others. But it's just I don't know. It's just more fun here. And we can get together and watch a movie or hang out in VR, VR chat and play games and make fun of each other. I mean, it's just fun.
Mhm.
Can't do that in the real world. Not really.
Very true. Okay, let's see who's up. Darren, you're up next. Let me give you the megaphone here. Okay, you're up, Darren.
Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. Is it working?
It sure is.
All right.
Mhm.
The difference, I think, is well, there's a lot more people here in alt space that are friends, and versus outside that you have to usually be on a phone to talk to other people because of the pandemic here. Another thing is you can't build worlds, a full world to the way you want it in reality. I mean, outside here, where here you could just build whatever you like and create and bring people over, and there's no traveling experience. Nobody needs a car. Nobody needs to do anything at all.
building permits. I like
No
that part.
building
No building
permits.
permits.
You can go anywhere you want and build. And like Leslie Flade was saying, you can go and the VR chat and play games and stuff like that, where you can't do that in real life easily.
Mhm.
It takes a lot of coordination to get people on time, or some
Mhm.
people late, or some people have to go. And whereas this, it's a lot less friction, I think, here than there is in reality. A lot less friction is the main thing I have to stress.
That's
Okay.
a good points, Darren. We've had so many conversations about this over the last couple of years, and I don't know. The more we talk about it, the more we think about it, and it really is interesting to talk about all this and how it's different and how it's the same. Very interesting. Anyway, thanks, Darren. So next up is Gary G. Gary, you are up. Okay, you have
Hi,
megaphone
everyone.
there.
There's Gary.
You can
Go ahead, Gary.
You can hear me? Yeah. Well, my decision about 15 years ago to live off the grid was kind of driven by one day driving around in Sydney, Australia, and just being in a traffic jam for 4 hours and trying to get from one place to another. Had a great social life and everything there, but I just made a decision as I became more and more environmentally aware that my dream lifestyle, when I wrote it down, was to, be more sustainable and live off the grid. And it took 5 years, but I managed to achieve that and have a lovely property. And I can't see another house for about 20 miles. I can't see any houses, but I can have a view of covering about 20 miles. And, that's got huge upsides. Can grow
Mm.
my own food. I produce my own power. But the downside of it, if you are a social person, is that I can go maybe 2 weeks if I'd like, or even longer, without meeting a single soul, which I actually quite like. But sometimes, it my old lifestyle of being a party animal, um, kind of reduced a fair bit. But and I got into VR really because I had this dream to be able to fly fast jets, and I saw that you could do that in VR. And so I had absolutely no idea that this kind of community and this kind of world existed. And so it's been an absolute joy to find it for me. And I have made so many friends over the last few weeks since I joined Altspace, and I found it to be a community absolutely brimming with creative, motivated, intelligent people. And I just absolutely love it. And so I kind of got this dual lifestyle. So the real world for me, looking out the window, is green and beautiful, and lots of wildlife and that sort of thing. And I can come in here, and it's like going to the city without risking COVID and all the other ways that the world has changed.
Wow, that's very beautifully said, Gary. Thank you for sharing that.
And
All right,
thank you.
Oh,
oh,
I'm
thank
so
you.
sorry. I just took you off a megaphone.
Okay,
Sorry.
we have time for about 2 more. I
Okay,
think we can
so
tuck them in.
all right, Ian's been waiting. So Ian, you are megaphoned.
Yeah, the I think the difference is that you can enter well, I can build lots of worlds and have you enter lots of places, like I've built an underwater world, and you can go underwater and go in different environments like you wouldn't be able to do in the real world here. So it can expand wood builders and their imagination.
Very true, Ian. And Ian has built some beautiful worlds. We haven't been to your worlds in a while, Ian. We're going to have to go check them out. So thank you for sharing that with us. Do we have time for one more or 2 more, Laurel?
I think one. Let's see how the next one goes, and then we'll just keep an
Okay.
eye on the clock.
All right.
There
So
you go.
Marcia, you're up. Oops. But hang on. I just accidentally. Okay, you're up now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
That's always got to be the first question in VR. My experience is I know a lot of people where I live in Las Vegas, but they're all associated with the same interests as me, music and jazz. But when I got into VR, you meet people from all over the world. Not that they aren't from all over the world here in Las Vegas, they are. But here you get to meet people and find out who they are personally. You get to meet people that are more diverse than what just my group is. It's expanded my life so far out into the world, meeting people from all over the world and talking to them about their individual experiences where they live. And it's better than talking on the phone, that's for sure, because at least you have a little face, whether it be a pretty cartoon or not. It's still a face, and we have expressions, and we have hand movements, and we know what we're each talking about, and we can still hug even though you don't feel it. You can feel it in your heart, and that's important to me. But meeting people from all over the world, all walks of life, from Uber drivers to Domino pizza delivery people to MRE builders to world builders to doctors and engineers, and it's fabulous. And I recommend it to anybody that thinks they're not. alone in this world, or thinks they are alone in this world, to get out here and find out they're not.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love that.
Yes, very
Great
nicely
point.
said, Marcia. I think
Yeah.
VR has the capability of breaking down barriers. I really do. One more, Laurel.
Nope.
Lance.
That's it.
Oh,
We're out of
okay.
time.
All right. Okay.
I want to thank everyone for sharing with us, and I'd love to turn this into a whole talk show. That's for later down the plans. And one thing that I know from all the years of teaching here and hosting events and stuff in AltSpace, and I don't know if some of you know this, but Educators in VR and myself, we host over 800 free and open to the public events every single year here in AltSpace and in Engage and other platforms. And you do that a little while, you get a little ton of experience. And one thing that I know more than anything is the people in the audience are often smarter than the people up on the stage. And that's really saying something. And we always need to remember that the smartest people in the room are often not the ones that are up center. So that's why we host so many
true.
discussions and open discussion events and things like that, because we want to hear from you and meet you at all these events. So do check them out, and thank you. All right, that's it for us today with the news and updates. Thank you so much for being part of the conversation and for joining us here every week and for celebrating over 4 years of news and updates.
When news you need to know happens, we share it in our News and Updates Discord, so you get the news through the clutter of information. Please tell a friend and share our Discord and YouTube channels so others can keep up with the news in and around AltSpace VR.
We do this for you for free. We're not AltSpace VR employees. We don't work for Microsoft. We barely can work for ourselves. Our team works hard each week to gather the news and information to help our community keep up with everything going on here in AltSpace VR.
Thank you for being here every week to share the latest updates from in and around the AltSpace VR community. We live stream the news onto YouTube every week, and you can catch up with past episodes and more about AltSpace VR events, projects, news, and community activities. This is a labor of love, and we love our volunteer team members who help us gather the news as reporters, moderators, and help us put this awesome show together every week.
If you want to join the team, please let us know after the show. We have so many volunteer opportunities. They're endless. And for some people, it can be 15 minutes worth of work a week, or it can be a couple hours, whatever you're willing to do. This is your show as much as ours, and we'd love you to be a part of it.
Thanks to all of our news and updates volunteers and moderators who help make this event such a success. And a special thanks to Mark for bringing it all together and starting it in the first place. Thank you, everyone. So with these uncertain times, please be safe wherever you are in the world.
Yay!
Yay! Thank you, Loretta.